All right, welcome back to another episode of the Uncut Truth. Let's go ahead and jump into our week number 7 picks for college football.
Yeah, right off the bat, we didn't do great. We were even because we picked the same teams at 3-2, which puts us at a total of 18-9 on the season. But a couple of games that we didn't expect to go the way they did.
We got week 7 here. We're going to start off in the SEC, and we got number 10 Auburn at LSU. Who you got and why?
I got Auburn. LSU's been kind of the laughing stock of the SEC this year, and I think they continue to be the laughing stock again. I don't think they're going to stand a chance against Auburn. They're still trying to get their system figured out, and it's not the right time to do it against a number 10 ranked Auburn team that's firing on all cylinders this year.
So you're still buying Auburn being
Yeah.
that good.
Yeah, I jumped onto their wagon. I was super thought they were way overrated, but they've swayed me considerably. I think Auburn's the real deal this year compared to LSU, who is not.
You know LSU's only 4-2, right? You said laughing stock
Yeah,
just because they lost to Troy.
they lost to Troy.
Yeah, I'm picking LSU in this game. This here is one of those games that I think LSU comes out at home. They play very well and they get a big win, maybe by like 10 points. And everybody says this is the LSU team we thought they were going to be. And then LSU is going to jump back into the rankings, and everybody's going to jump back on the bandwagon, say LSU's the real deal this year, and then they're going to fall on their face next week. I don't even know who they play next week, but I'm saying LSU wins this one. This just seems like a game that they're supposed to lose, and that they somehow win, and everybody overreacts to LSU winning, and they forget that they lost to Troy the week before.
All right, on to the next game. We have Utah at number 13 USC. Who do you got and why?
I think you got a bounce back week for Darnold here. I think he's going to have a big game. I think 4 touchdown passes for him, only 1 interception, and USC wins this game. A much needed win for them.
I'm actually going to go opposite. I'm taking Utah. They've had a stout defense over the last couple of years, and same thing this year. They just haven't allowed a whole lot of points. Granted, they're not getting any of the big wins that they need, but they're not allowing a lot of yards. And I think the way Darnold's been turning the ball over for USC this season, I think Utah's going to take advantage of it, and they're going to upset USC for the second time this season.
Man, that would be tough if they lost 2 games.
Yeah, that would be huge.
So our next game, yeah, it would be. Our next game, it says it's been postponed from Thursday, October 12th to the weekend, which would be October 14th, I believe. It's going to be Georgia Tech at Miami. As of the time of us recording, that is what is going on with that. As always, with the hurricanes going on and the weather, we hope everyone is okay and all their families are fine. But jumping into that, who you got and why?
I'm going Georgia Tech. To me, Miami not impressive at all. I don't know why they're number 11. They struggled considerably against a decimated Florida State team. I mean, they kept it real close. Like even the first half, it was just not very good. And I don't think they're going to be able to stop the run game that Georgia Tech has. The triple option is as brutal to stop. And I don't think Miami's going to be able to stop it this week as Georgia Tech comes in with another upset.
Wow, I'm taking Miami. I'm taking Miami because despite them struggling against Florida State, that was a second start for the young quarterback. And yeah, they did have to come back. They were down 20-17 in the fourth quarter and had to score with 6 seconds left. But I think that's fine. It was a tough game against a rival, you would say, and it was played on the road. I think they come back home and they're going to get the win and stay on their roll. Because I think that win against Duke was a nice win against Duke. 31-6. Duke's 4-1. They've been good the last few years. I think that's a good win for them.
All right, and then the last game we're going to talk about this week, of course, Texas is playing in the Red River Shootout, number 12, Oklahoma at Texas. I mean, it's a neutral site game, but there Texas gets the home field this time. Who are you taking?
You know, I really struggled with this one, but I think this is a game that Texas really focuses it on. I think maybe OU and Texas were both looking ahead a little bit last week as Texas had to hold on to win against Kansas, and then OU ended up losing against Iowa. Maybe they were looking ahead a little bit to this game. I think Texas is going to get the upset win here. And I think this is going to be bye-bye OU here in their playoff chances. It's going to be a disappointment, but I think Texas is going to run the ball more than they pass it. I really think they got a good shot at winning this game.
Yeah,
no turnovers.
I kind of echo what you were saying. I'm taking Texas as well. I mean, I picked this as the upset of the Big 12. I didn't expect Iowa State to beat Oklahoma, but I figured Texas was going to be able to do it this year. I mean, they're kind of flip-flopping the last couple of years on who wins it and who doesn't. And I think this will be a big game. OU needs to have this win. As weird as that sounds, they have to have this win this week more than Texas does. But I think Texas is going to come out hyped up, fired up after the big loss to Oklahoma. They see that they can be beat, and they're going to just tear them up.
So, you think Texas is ranked after this week if they win?
I don't. Not yet. I'm so.
I think they will be ranked. I don't think they should be.
I'm so afraid of the Notre Dame effect from last year, where they jump up super high when it's not warranted. I mean, they lost one game to a ranked USC team that was pretty good in overtime, and they beat a couple other teams. But I mean, they went to overtime with K-State, who at one point was ranked as well this season. It's just some of their games are so iffy when especially since they got blown out by Maryland, man. It's just it's hard to tell. I would say they'd probably be in the top 30, 35, but I wouldn't put them in the top 25 yet.
I think they jump in the top 25 if they win, which is way too soon. And that's going to wrap up another episode of The Uncut Truth. Thanks again for coming and hanging out with us. If you want to continue the conversation, leave us comments below. We're monitoring those 24/7, and we will reply. We'll give you a shout out in the next week's episode.
Yeah, be sure to follow us on social media, Twitter, Facebook, anything along those lines. Be sure to subscribe if you're new. If you like the video, leave a like, let us know, leave comments like he just said. Keep us on our toes as we bring you the information and the latest news. And this has been The Uncut Truth.